Good morning. I am Kevin Price. Delighted to be with you here already. It's Friday. Is that right? Wow. And then we got Memorial Day weekend. No, it's not Friday. It's only Thursday. I mean, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get off. I keep telling you to keep the hard stuff away from you there, Sigmund.
Did you sleep last night at all?
I didn't. That's half the problem.
Yep, I can tell.
It's funny. My wife's not feeling very well, and in fact, she's going to the doctor later today. And it seems like the less comfortable she is, the less sleep I get. I don't know how that works.
How does that happen?
I don't get it. So anyway, I'm glad to be here on Thursday. A great week, very busy week. A great opportunity now to talk to my friend Kelly Moore. She is with Abby Executive Suites, ABBY.com. A great organization, great company that helps businesses focus on their company rather than on all those logistics that they need in order to operate a company. Real quickly, Kelly, give your elevator speech and then introduce your guests.
Thanks, Kevin. My elevator speech goes like this. Abby is a full-service office provider. We do turnkey office solutions, virtual plans, secretarial services, meeting rooms, pretty much anything small and large businesses need to be successful.
Very good. And your guest today?
My guest today is Mary Debauche with Cypress ECG Project. Mary used to be a client of mine here in a past career, and I'm trying to lure her back a little bit. What she's doing is some really great work with kids that I wanted to make sure all your listeners heard about.
Very good, very good. Mary, welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, great. And let me ask you real quickly, kind of give us an overview of what your organization is all about.
Sure. The Cypress ECG Project is a nonprofit organization, and we work with schools, school districts, private and public, throughout Texas and Washington State to make sure that student athletes are heart healthy before they start playing sports.
Oh, that's very, very important. That's, you know what? Unfortunately, it seems like the vast majority of the time we find out they're not when it's too late.
Well, exactly. I mean, I would hate for that to ever be the case, but it does happen all too often. So that's why we try to focus on prevention. We test student athletes with what's called an electrocardiogram, ECG or EKG, same thing. We test them before their season starts. It's a really good test to make sure that their heart doesn't have anything wrong with it.
Yeah, and training begins in about a month and a half, 2 months. It's amazing how quickly time flies. And so this is a very timely topic. I appreciate you bringing it for us. Kelly, you got a question.
Mary, tell us about how your school districts, does a school district get involved in this project?
Well, we work a couple different ways, sort of however the school needs us to work, but a lot of the times we go in during their spring physicals. They have hundreds of athletes, and a lot of schools get their spring physicals right there at the school. So we'll come in at the same time and do ECG tests on kids just as like a supplement to the physical.
Yeah, very good, very good. And how are your efforts supported? Is it done through contributions, or kind of explain to me the arrangements?
Well, it's kind of both. As a nonprofit, of course, we take donations that are tax deductible, but then we also charge $15 per ECG in most cases directly to the parents of the kids who are getting tested. We do a certain percentage of kids who are on free and reduced lunch, so we'll do those for free. So it's kind of a combination of contributions and the fees for the service itself.
And what would they pay if they were to go to a doctor to get that testing done?
Oh, easily $150 or more. Yeah.
Wow. That's very impressive. Kelly?
It's such an amazing thing. You hear all of these horror stories about these student athletes that have issues while out on the field. If somebody were interested in donating to this project or to helping raise funds or awareness, how would you go about that?
Well, you could visit our website, which is cypressecgproject.org. That gives our address and a whole lot more information about us. We don't have a donation button up there yet, but it's just a matter of weeks. We've been working on that for a while.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's exciting. So how long have you guys been in existence?
Well, it's believe it or not, that's kind of a difficult question to answer. We started when my father actually is a cardiologist, and he started donating his time at my brother and sister's schools, just doing physicals, and quickly realized that it just doesn't cover, no matter how well you do a physical, it doesn't cover heart health. So he started doing ECGs just at their high school in the Cypress Fairbanks School District.
And that was when?
Oh, gosh, back 2000, year 2000. So then they expanded the school district asked him to expand to all of their schools, so then it went to all 10 of the Cy-Fair schools. And then about 3 years ago, we went full nonprofit, expanded to other places. So for about 3 years, we've been statewide, if that answers your question.
Yeah, that's really good. Kelly?
It's just amazing how many people aren't aware, because you could seem perfectly healthy, and then it turns out that there's a problem that you couldn't have been aware of. It's amazing that there isn't any warning sign for this stuff.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You look at your kid who's been playing sports his or her whole life, and they look really healthy, and they don't have any symptoms, and you don't think that there's anything wrong with their heart. But this is a really good test just to make sure of that. I think more than 50%, between 50 and 60% of the kids who die from sudden cardiac death never have a symptom, and they might not necessarily have any family history either. So it's a scary thing, and I don't like to terrify people, but it is nice to have a prevention tool.
Yeah, absolutely. And so just list again the areas that you are working with.
Well, I have the South Texas region, so I do everything in the Houston area on down through the valley. We have an office in San Antonio to kind of cover Central Texas, and we have an office up in the Dallas-Fort Worth area as well. So and then, of course, we have an affiliate in Washington State. So we're kind of all over the place. Yeah,
very good. We got to wrap it up. Kelly, any final thoughts?
Just that I thought that I might use my time today to put in a little good karma for Abby and do a little public service. I think this is such an important issue, such an important topic. We're trying to lure the Cypress EKG project back into the fold here at Abby, and I just thought as much of this kind of information as we could get out to your listeners would be just a little good karma for the universe.
Yeah, okay, and having been a client of Abby now for several years, I hope it does work for you, because I know Abby works for me. Abby is abby.com. You can email Abby at abby.com. And what about this great organization? How do we get, what's the website for that?
It's CypressECGproject.org.
CypressECGproject.org. Make sure you check it out. Thanks to both of you.
Thank you, Kevin.
All right. When we come back, we're going to have much more for you. Do want to remind you, best content here also shows up over there at usdailyreview.com. And you're listening to The Price of Business.